breath in, full breath out. One more. If your legs are not long, go ahead and straighten everything out, starting slow. Inhale, arms overhead, point your feet. Exhale, flex your feet, lower your arms, and turn your head to one side. Inhale, point, reach. Now on the physical, and maybe I'll send you all the lecture. Exhale. There's so much new research now about what is really causing us stiffness and discomfort. In fact, new research shows that things like a frozen shoulder are very similar to things like lower back pain in the tissues and different ways of working with your body. And a lot of it goes back to, all of it goes back to now more and more, the connective tissue, the fascia. And this is another idea of things that we think are one way and then they're really not. So fascia has always been thought of as saran wrap, and I've taught it that way. Every yin training I've ever taught, the fascia is a saran wrap, which makes it sound like the muscle inside is its own thing and just wrapped like a piece of chicken, just wrapped. But now they're thinking that if you take the fascia off, one more each side, that muscle doesn't hold its shape. It's actually more gelatinous, and different muscles are more gelatinous. Like your butt is so gelatinous that if it didn't have fascia, it would fall to the floor. I know some of you are thinking that it already has fallen to the floor. Good. Come back through center, bend both knees. Take your hands behind your head. Exhale, curl. Chin to chest, roll up. And back down, open your elbows. Exhale, roll up. But one thing I've been thinking about before all this and trying to put more into the practice, exhale, roll up, is this idea of three-dimensional movement. Connective tissue doesn't always respond to this like what we're doing now. It's kind of like a front-back idea. Your muscles and tendons respond to that. But fascia likes more circular movement that is not necessarily linear. One more. So things like what we're going to do next. Exhale, chin to chest. Keep cradling up and really let your head be supported. Circle your upper body. Circle your upper body. So now we're moving in all different directions. And it's not that the linear movement isn't good for you. It totally is good for you. It's just, are there other things that we can be doing to enhance what we've already got going on in the practice? One more. And then come back down. Inhale, open. This time we'll do the other side in a sec. Exhale, bring your knees to your elbows. If you want a little bit more, inhale, open. Exhale, knees to elbows. Now, if your neck is getting sore from all of this movement and it just feels a little bit much, just drop out the head and add only the legs in. Good, Shosh. Just drop the head and just do the legs. Great, Clarissa. Two more. And then lower back down, open your elbows. Exhale, close your elbows, roll up off of your shoulder blades and circle to the left now, or the opposite way you did on side one. Make the circle as big as you can without feeling like you're pulling your head forward. Open down, inhale. Exhale, close elbows, squeeze over to your right. Open out, open elbows. Exhale, and this light motion of opening and closing is also good for the lymphatic system. Good. 3, 2, hold up, pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, same side, open and lift. This time you can start to add knee in, just the right, just the right. So we're crossing the body, which in and of itself is more of a three-dimensional idea, right? It's not so linear. 4, 3, just the right. 2, good. Hold up, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Everything comes back down. Open. Exhale, curl to your left. Open. Curl to your left. Well, it seemed like a good idea when I started this series. Now my belly's getting sore. And 4, 3, 2, hold up, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5. Fascia also stores held emotions. So for overall well-being, it's something to work with. Let's add the leg. And left knee. Left knee. Good, Sid. See if you can get that opening and closing of the elbows so that we're fleshing the nodes in the armpits. One more. Good, Gail. Hold up and pulse. 2, 3, 4. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Hands down by your hips. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Feel the back bend. And then go ahead today. Let's bend the elbows and let's add the arms to the leg work. So it's inhale. Hands open, elbows stay down, best of your ability. Chin away from your chest now. So the opposite of what we've been doing with the neck. Exhale, lower down. And I know some of you get a little cranky in your lower back on this, on lifting the hips. So just make sure you only lift your hips enough to feel like you're engaging your hamstrings, and you might even feel the butt muscles. And if you can get this, as you lift, try to squeeze the bottom of your butt, the part at the top of the hamstring, so below the sitting bones idea. See if you can turn that lower buttocks on a little bit. That part of the butt tends to be a little underdeveloped. So your genes will thank you for this. Good, Clarissa. Good, Jackie. That's it. If you're ready for more work, add heels lifting. And remember on heels lifting to squeeze your ankles. Good, Marcia. Squeeze your ankles in a little bit so you don't roll to your pinky foot side. And for some of us, when our ankles are a little wobbly, that's really an important idea. You could use that idea in a lot of your poses, just kind of hugging to the center. Good, Sandy. Great, Stevie Ann, which will engage your inner thighs. 2, hold here, heels lifted, then lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. Just the heels, not the butt. And lift, working the back body. Lift. Good. 2, and 1. Hold at the top, heels lifted or heels down, chin away from chest. Hold the pose. Of course, if you want to challenge your legs, right leg reaches forward with a flexed foot today for 8. And change. 8. Come all the way down. Hug your right knee to your chest. Circle your ankle out. And the other way. And so also one thing about healthy fascia is that it releases hyaluronic acid in your body, which is how we stay lubricated. Right leg to the sky, flex your foot, spread your toes, take a breath in. If you want a little deeper stretch, go ahead and lift your body up towards your own shin. Good, Noreen. And then you can also reach your left leg long, hovering, and now it becomes more of an abdominal idea. Good, David. Don't add any of this in if it's too much for you. Otherwise, we're holding for 8. Good, Stephanie. Those of you who are doing this version, slide your good Molly, slide your left leg back in. Come on back. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. Exhale, eye of the needle for a few breaths. And then let's rock eye of the needle side to side. Now in this position, you're rocking and you're getting some movement here. You're not getting so much of a twist. So some of you might enjoy staying in eye of the needle at some point, come to the center and rest in this pose. Those of you who want a little deeper work, but be mindful of your back, cactus your arms, and then slowly exhale, knees drop to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees drop to the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. So your foot would be down on this one. Your foot is down on this one, Sid. Yeah, that's it. Great, Barbette. Those of you in eye of the needle who aren't doing the rocking back and forth, good, Patty, please lower your left foot, and we're all going to meet to the right. So exhale, both knees drop to the right. Hold for a couple breaths. And then go to the left, the way we normally do it. Hold for a few breaths. Great. Come on back through center. Hug your left knee in. Circle your ankle out. And go the other way. Reach your left leg to the sky, flex your foot, spread your toes, pause here. Easy hamstring. Well, it may not be so easy, but theoretically, this is a more modified hamstring stretch. You can also go deeper by lifting up, and you can make it a little more ab-centric by reaching your right leg forward, arms forward for 8. Bring everything back in. Take a moment, take a breath. Cross your left ankle above your right knee. Draw your right leg in, eye of the needle. And then slow side to side. Good. Now, hold eye of the needle pose. This may be where you want to land. Good, David. Or you're taking it slightly deeper for the hip and the low back. Bring your right foot down and you're dropping cactus your arms, your knees to the left. So eye of the needle with the foot on the floor, or figure 4 pose. Maybe that's a better way of thinking of this. And just in your own time, not too quickly, slowly rocking back and forth. And again, this is a way to get into one of the biggest connective tissue areas of the body is the thoracolumbar region. That's your lower back area where your rib cage starts to move into your lower back. And there's a lot of stuff in that part of our body because we're getting ready to go down into the legs. So it can get congested. Great. Hold to your left, few breaths. and then hold to your right. I did a lot of work yesterday with myself on some of this idea, much longer series than we're doing here. But what I noticed this morning was my back was more tender, but all the way across versus just in one spot, which it likes to be just one spot. And I've always noticed that when something like that gets a little more symmetrical, it usually starts to get better sooner rather than being concentrated. Come back through center, hug both knees into your chest, Apanasana, hold. Or lift up, reach your arms forward, hold. Or reach your two legs forward, hold. Or cross, 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 cross. Little inner thigh action if you want. Now, the higher up you lift your legs, the less work it is for your abs. Good. The lower, good Deb, the lower your legs, good Laura, the more it is for your abs. Cross, cross, cross. Some of you are going super fast. That's totally cool. Good, Stephanie. Totally cool. 8, 7, 6. If your neck is bothering you, you can support your head, or you could even put your head down, which might allow you to go a little lower. 4, woo, 3, 2, and uno. Come back through center, circle your legs around. Go the other way. Hang out here, knees towards armpits, or begin to bring your legs up. Now, holding the back of your knees just makes it an easier reach. Otherwise, you can hold your ankles or your feet. Last thing here on the back, let your shoulders soften. I think, reach to the right with your right leg. Center, reach to the left with your left leg. Now, your leg may not, good, David, your leg may not get totally straight here. Your legs may not get totally straight here. We still have time. Reach, reach. I mean, we still have time to keep opening, to keep letting go, to keep shedding our old identities. Reach. One more each side. Or reach. Reach. Come through center. Support your legs. I know I said one more thing, but I can't help myself. Straddle on your back or lifting up. Flex your feet. Reach your arms forward. And pulse. 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 Chin away from chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything comes back to center. Easy twist to your left. Easy twist to your left. Now take your right arm. Big circles. So here we are back to that 3D movement. Big, big circles. Now, some of you will want to kind of just move your arm. I want you to move from your shoulder blade so that your upper back is also involved here. Upper back and your head is following your arm. One more. Land in the twist wherever it feels good in your body. Place your right arm. Yeah. Now, if when your palm is up and your shoulder's in an external rotation and that bothers your shoulder, Clarissa, you just did it automatically. One solve is to simply lay your hand on your ribs and you're just taking some of the rotation out of the shoulder. That's a solve. Come back through center. Knees to the right. And then in your own time, big circles with your left arm. Notice that you can move just from the arm or you can kind of get your upper back more involved. One more. And reach. And pause. Another interesting idea from that lecture was when you have an injury, to actually do a very light stretch. So not the stretch that feels like you're going all the way to your edge, but something behind your edge, and hold it for about 10 minutes, but very light. And then he suggested comboing it, one more breath here, with meditation, which is going to signal to your body, a deeper sense of a dialed down stress response, which will always help with healing injury. Come into a seated, just a soft straddle. Bring your hands behind your head. Now, some of you might feel better keeping your knees a little bit bent, and some of you might even feel like you just need to cross your legs. So whichever position is going to work for you, take it. And then circle one direction. Circle one direction. If it feels too much to have your head being held by your hands, you could also hold your shoulders. Gorgeous, Catherine. And then circle the other direction. If you do have crossed legs, consider crossing them the other way now, so we're not on one side the whole time. 2 and 1. Come all the way through center. T your arms, then cactus your arms. Exhale, turn and turn and turn and turn. I'm going a little quickly. You could slow it down if you need to. Absolutely. Turn. Great. Pause in the center. Bring your left hand in the middle, your right arm behind. Here's the twist. A few of you may want this to start to evolve into something a little deeper for your upper body. Start to turn your feet in that direction that we're twisting, and then go ahead and lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift. 4, 3, hold. Bring your left hand to the back of your head, curl open. And lower everything down through center. Good. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, right hand in front, left arm behind, twist. Super simple, all we need. If you're ready for a little deeper strengthening work, turn your feet in the direction of lean into your back hand. Even if you can't lift up, you'll get more work. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good, Eva Marie. Lift and lower. Great, Clarissa. 4. Nice, Deborah. 3, 2. Hold. Hand behind your head. Look up. And come all the way back down. Okay, some of you are dealing with knee issues. If that's you, come to Baddha Konasana and take a fold forward this way. Otherwise, come into child's pose. So those of you in the fold forward seated, nope, not as much pressure on your knees. At some point, you'll make your way to a down dog. Those of you in child's pose, nice, Marcia, really good. At some point, you'll make your way to a downward facing dog. Those of you in down dog, can either pull forward to a plank position to build strength. Awesome, Noreen. Or you're going to stay in down dog. Good, Sid. Sid, slightly lift your head, just slightly. Yeah. Good, Sandy. Good, Eva Marie. Great, Laura. And then we'll walk the hands back to the feet. So now you're at the back of your mat. Nice, Molly. Come into a half lift. Good, Gail. And feel free to actually go ahead and bend your knees. Take your hands on your thighs above your knees and keep your knees pretty bent. So if you need more support, and you might, hands are going to stay here. If you can support yourself by pulling your elbows back, then cool, then pull your elbows back. So either hands lightly supporting you here on your thighs or elbows pulling back. And then I want you to inhale, think cow pose, lift chest. Notice I'm not really lifting my chin. I'm just looking slightly up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Cow and cat. And you really want to keep your elbows, whether you're supporting yourself or not, pulling back. Almost like you had a strap pulling you back. Good. So we're getting some movement through the upper back. 4, 3, 2, 1. So Sid, think elbows by your side and back, not cactus. Pull straight back. Everybody, weight to the foot, back foot. Stand all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart. Great. Bring your right arm all the way up. Bend your knees, pull your belly button in. Take your right elbow behind your head. And then chin towards the chest, big circles. Go as big as you can here. It doesn't mean you have to go low towards the floor, although you could. But again, opening up side body, working all different directions, opening up the tricep and your upper back. One more. And up, release. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Bend your knees as you do this. Good. And then left arm lifted up behind your head. Soften your knees, pull your navel in, and circles to the right or opposite way. Big, 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 as much as you can. Think of filling up all the space around your body with your movement. One more. Stand all the way up. Shrug your shoulders. Okay. Some of you want more work. You're going to come back to down dog and take plank. Those of you who want something softer, I'm going to give you something and then I'm going to show the other people what to do. Soft knees. This is called knocking on the gate. Knocking on the gate is a qigong exercise to free up the spine, the shoulders. Okay, those of you who are in down dog, those of you knocking on the gate, you keep knocking and hope it opens. If you're in dog, shift forward to plank. Lower your knees if you need to modify. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, rolling shoulders back. But think of that cat-cow and the elbows pulling straight back. Could be up dog if you prefer. Exhale, down dog. And if you're doing this part of the flow, you're going to do one more round. Inhale, plank or half plank, lowering through the push-up. Shoulders back, elbows back. Exhale, good Shoshana, down dog. Then walk yourself back to the back of the mat. Rise up, hands to heart. Great. All right, everybody who's knocking on the gate, pause. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms join. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, walk yourself back, down dog. Or forward, I should say. Yeah, some of you were forward. Good. Now, again, those of you in down dog, if you want to flow the upper body, take a plank chaturanga cobra up dog. Good, Gail. Meet me back in down dog. Beautiful, Molly. Gorgeous, Sid. Gorgeous, Sandy. And then we'll come to the top of the mat this time. Hands on blocks. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. So this is a way to modify that. Stand all the way up. Hands to heart. Great, Marcia. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your elbows back. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Now roll your chest forward like you're doing cow pose. How's that feel in your back? Now do cat pose. How does that feel in your back? Both will work your legs, just which one feels better. Good, make your decision. Sink your weight back, one more breath. Forward fold. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, really big step back with your right foot. Good, rise up, warrior two. Now, you may need a little more space, so if you do, walk your feet a little wider. Inhale, arms overhead, front leg is straight. Exhale, tee your arms, bend your knee. Inhale, reach, look up. Good. Exhale, tee your arms, bend your knee. Repeat this pattern. So moving into and out of what we could call an upright triangle and a warrior two. Two, go deeper if you need to go deeper. Left heel or front heel lifts as you bend your knee. Front heel lifts as you bend your knee. Good, Shoshana. Good, Marcia. Good, David. Two. Hold. Cactus your arms. Exhale, turn your chest to the front of your mat. Inhale, turn your chest to the back. Keep your legs steady. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front. 3, 2, stand up. Take your left hand to the crown of your head, palm up, right fingers hold, pull your elbow back behind your head. So this is called Ganesha Mudra, tricep stretch, just a little different than we did it a minute ago. Reach back towards your back leg. So adding a reverse idea, reverse triangle idea here. Squeeze your legs together. You may also want to refine warrior two or find warrior two with your heel lifting. So I'm going to say this first variation is probably the easier variation on the legs. Gorgeous, Laura. Head back. Gorgeous, Ebba. Gorgeous, Stevie Ann. Gorgeous, Jackie. Now, can you let your left shoulder blade feel less involved? I'm not asking you to pull it down, but can you just let it kind of not be so involved, if that makes sense? Look at your back leg. See if that gives you a nice stretch in your neck, may or may not. And then lift up away from your hips through your spine. One more breath here. Come back to warrior two. Hands to your hips, straighten your leg, turn both feet forward. Roll your shoulders back, pull your elbows back. So same idea that we did in chair pose, upright, looking with your heart. You can also clasp your right hand and your left hand, reach your arms back, look up. This is going to be easier. Folding forward is deeper. Those of you who want more flow will release this pose, turn forward, take a down dog, flow 2 full rounds, and then we'll all meet at the top of the mat. Those of us who are in Prasarada Padottanasana with the clasp, take a half lift inhale, keep the clasp. Good, Patty. Good, Noreen. Really good. If you're upright, you're upright. Exhale, forward fold. We all meet upright. I'm talking to the wide-legged people. Good, Stephanie. Turn back to warrior two, front of the mat. And then you're deciding if you're stepping forward and skipping down dog or if you're stepping back and taking a down dog. You decide if you're taking a down dog and flowing or if you're just simply taking a down dog and then coming to the top of the mat. Great. Fantastic. And then we're starting that from the top. Good, Deb. So meet me at the top of the mat. If you like to use blocks, take a half lift with hands on blocks. Inhale. Exhale, fold. I didn't tell you on round one, but you can always bend your knees and ragdoll up to standing. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Draw your elbows back. Sink back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Heart lifting is a little more cow-like. Exhale, little cat. See what feels better in your back. Shift your weight back. Go an inch deeper. And then forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, giant step back with your left foot. Rise up, warrior two. And if you get up there and you feel like, oh, I need a little more space, take it. Take it. We're moving before we're holding. Inhale, lift, reach, look up. Exhale, warrior two. Now, conversely, I told you with injury, they're saying, don't go as deeply into the stretch, but hold for 10 minutes. To build strength in athletes, they're now finding, if they load, and it takes about a month, one body part with a big stretch, like your calf. You stretch your calf for an hour every day. I don't know. It's a good thing we're not playing in the NFL right now. Talk about a meditation. Woo! But interesting that the stretching also can lead to strength, is my point, too. And thank God yoga gives us both. Hold the pose with the heel lifted. I didn't give you that. You could be lifting your heel as you move. Hold the pose with the heel lifted or not. Pause. Then cactus your arms and turn to the back, turn to the front. Back, front, back, front, back, front. 4, 3, good. 2, 1. Come back up, straighten your legs. Right hand on top, left hand holds, pull elbow behind your head. Legs straight, squeeze thighs in, lift your belly up. You could also revisit warrior two or warrior two with your heel lifted. Lean back. Take a nice breath in. I think looking at the back leg feels more opening for my neck, but you can look up to the sky, which is going to probably be a little more challenging. Breath in, breath out, and then back to warrior two if you're not already there. Feet turn forward, elbows back, shrug your shoulders back, hold here, lift your chest, or left hand, right hand clasp. Stay upright, especially if you're worried about your lower back at all, or if you kind of get dizzy when you do a lot of forward folding. Otherwise, Prasarada Padottanasana, C with the bind, fold forward. Those of you who want to turn to the front of the mat, take down dog and flow a few times. Those of us in the forward fold, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Squeeze your legs together, stand all the way up. Good, David. Really nice barbette. Come back to warrior two, facing the right leg. And then we're meeting our friends in down dog. And we get the option to flow from down dog as well, if we want. Take a nice deep breath in. When you're back to down dog, lion's breath, stick your tongue, stretch your jaw. One more time, inhale through your nose. Stretch your jaw, stick out your tongue. Come to hands and knees. Stevie, for you, if that's just going to be too much on your knees, do it from down dog. So do everything that you can from down dog. You won't do the hand stuff so much. Everybody else, hands and knees. Lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, and then open up your hip. So if you were in dog, you'd be doing a hip opening stretch in down dog. Otherwise, tap your left foot behind you. Left hand goes behind your head. Curl in, look at your belly button, and then open up to the sky for a kneeling flip dog. Could you do this from down dog? Sure. If you want to do it from down dog, you step your left foot behind. And it's a slightly bigger pose. Not that much bigger, but slightly more work for your arms. Ooh, great, Noreen. Nice, Deb, really good. Come back to a child's pose or a downward facing dog, or flow between side one and side two. I know some of you still want more. Take it. No judgment. Sounded judgy, did not mean it judgy. Pretty, Sid. All right, let's do it. Let's do side two. So if you want to do it from down dog, cool. Otherwise, kneeling, right leg lifts, bend your knee, open up your hip. You might be stopping here, or you place your right foot behind your left leg. Good, Gail. Hand to your head for support. That's it, Ebba Marie. Look in and then turn open. Or from a down dog, stepping your right foot behind and flipping your dog that way. As long as you're on one hand, that's where the strength comes in. Those of you who want down dog flow, you'll take it. Everybody else, meet me in down dog. Top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet, stand all the way up. Hands to heart. Good, Laura. Good, Ebba Marie. Good, David. Good, Stevie. So, how do we get liberated? The challenge is to keep bringing yourself back to the moment, back to this moment, back to this moment. Even if this moment doesn't feel totally safe or perfect, or you're going through a hard time, you got to keep anchoring yourself. I watched somebody in class on Saturday, and they, were trying to do balance. They were like that because he was lifting his leg up, because for him, balance meant lifting the leg up. So how do you create balance is first start by anchoring into the present. Root your left big toe down. Squeeze your left hip in. Now you're doing the work of balance because your focus is on your left leg. Doesn't matter what your right leg is doing. I'm sure your right leg already feels lighter, which means you're already emphasizing the strength of this left side. So now you're already into balance. Open your arms, palms up, slightly forward. Don't lose the work here. Whatever your right leg wants to do, it can do. Whatever it wants to do, it can do. But your focus is here on the left leg. So you could circle it if you wanted to. You could just simply hold it. You could take it into a tree pose. You decide what you want. You decide what you want. Gorgeous! And come on down. So yoga tells us steadiness before the freedom, steadiness before the sweetness. So get present, work as long as you need to on simply rooting your right big toe down and squeezing your right hip in. That's it. That's all you did today. Great. You're going to start to automatically feel lighter on this side. So that might be the balance. At some point, arms up and slightly forward, which will help you with the balance. And at some point, you can play around with your leg. You could simply come into any variation of tree pose. Great. Great, Molly. Really great. Those of you who struggle with balance, notice if just that was helpful. Gorgeous, Patty. Great. And then slowly release or quickly release. Okay, some of you want to practice a headstand or an L pose at the wall. Some of you, I like this inversion. We haven't done it in a while. Take your butt to the wall or sit in a chair and take a forward fold so that you're supported, which means you'll be able to stay in the pose a lot longer. This is less support, but in general, one of our more beginning inversions, wide-legged forward fold. You've already been here, a lot of you, with the bind, so you could reach for your feet now instead of the bind. You can also walk your hands forward in this position and take more of a downward facing dog idea, long spine. Push your hands forward. It's a slightly more active inversion with the arms forward. Of course, down dog is an inversion every time. So if you want more work for your upper body and you're not doing a headstand, down dog. And in general, if you put the elbows down, it's usually a little deeper pose, a little bit more work, and slightly more opening for the shoulders. We're going to meet in the next 4 breaths on the belly. Okay. This is a subtle pose, but it's really nice for opening up the connective tissue of your pelvic floor, which sometimes is what the back needs. So we're going to bend the right knee and slide it out to the side. It's called Sleeping Beauty. You can always opt to lie down and turn your head to the left. So that would make it a little more restorative. Upright with the back bend makes it a little more intensive, and you can let your left heel roll to the left to widen the space of the butt and the lower back. Gazing forward will make it more active. Gazing slightly down will make it a little less active. Deep breaths. Can you let any bit of tension along the inseam of your right leg, so from the right side of your pubic bone all the way to your inner knee, and then maybe for some of you, relaxing your right ankle will also help. Good, Jackie. Find some space and release there. So this is a really, in some ways, a more deconstructed idea of pigeon. Now, you could also make it a little deeper by lifting your elbows up and taking seal pose and coming up a little higher. And when you do this, you might notice that you're starting to open the front of your left thigh, the psoas area. It's also a little more work for your arms, but it's a bigger back bend, so make sure it feels okay. How can I make it less back bendy? A little bit I can by sending my tailbone back and tucking my butt under. It won't really tuck under, but that can keep it from being too back bendy. Now, those of you who want more work between side 1 and side 2, come back to Sphinx pose, tuck your toes under and take a forearm plank. Everybody else, hold this pose, whichever variation. If you're still in seal, you might want to bring your elbows down. We're going to take about 4 more breaths. Good, Sid. Good, Clarissa. and then we'll meet each other on side two. So bend your left knee, take it out to the left. Good, David, let your right heel drop to the right. Good, Barbette. A little more active is looking forward, and I'm kind of lifting out of my arms. A little less active is looking down the bridge of the nose. Once you settle in, for some of us, this pose is really subtle. We don't get a lot of sensation. For some of us, we'll feel quite a bit, usually around the groin, inner thigh area, but it could be more in your outer hip and back, depending on what's going on. And relax your left ankle. If you like the idea of going into seal pose, a little more work for the arms, a little deeper back bend coming up. I'm pushing my mat away from myself as I lift my chest up. I'm still rolling my right heel out, and if I need to, I can make it more active by pulling my belly button in or tucking my butt under, however you like to think of that idea. Just keep noticing if you can allow some idea of letting go through the left hip. And then those of you who want to do one more forearm plank, you can come back down to Sphinx, swing your left leg back, tuck your toes, and lift your hips. The rest of us are here for about 4 more breaths. Good. We're all going to meet down on the belly. Make a pillow with your hands or turn your head to one side. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side. Nice and easy. Good, Marcia. Good. That's it, Stephanie. Good. Good, Catherine. One more each side. And then you can either press back to a child's pose or take one more down dog. On your way to a seat. Option A, seated forward fold. Just giving you something neutral as we start to close the practice. So option A, Paschimottanasana. Option B, legs to the sky with or without blocks. Option C, plow pose. Those of you who really like a longer Shavasana, think about coming into it sooner rather than later. Those of you who like to do happy baby or knees to chest before coming to Shavasana, or if you won't feel complete without a twist, take a twist. We did a lot of kind of bizarre twisting in and around as we were moving. So you may not need to twist more, but if you feel like that helps you relax, then do it, of course. Before I forget, the reason I'm traveling to visit my kids this week, and I'm going to do my best to try to offer the gentle class on Thursday, just with the time change. I may not be able to do it, so it's on the schedule for now, but just check in before. And I'm traveling back on Monday, which is why I thought I was going to be able to teach the Monday class, but I have to be at the airport by that point. So when you feel ready, if you feel ready, you can join me seated. Otherwise, stay as you are. If you are seated, bring one hand to your heart, the other hand to your forehead. Just like we rooted the foot down before we decided to take the balance pose. This is you grounding yourself in this moment before you step into the rest of your week. Breath in, breath out. Hands together at your heart, closing breath. Namaste.